Hey everyone, thanks for joining me here today as I prepare for today's flight. Behind me you'll see the Bell 407 helicopter that I use when I'm patrolling and maintaining the power lines here in the Northwest. It can carry 6 passengers plus 1 pilot, or 2,000 pounds of cargo. It has a maximum speed of 160 miles an hour, or a maximum altitude of 20,000 feet, almost as high as Mount Everest, though we hardly ever get that high. Come on, let's go take a look at the engine. Here we have the jet engine that powers the helicopter. It burns jet fuel to produce power that turns the main rotor system and lifts us into the air. Every day before we go flying, I perform a pre-flight check to make sure everything's in top working order and is safe to fly. I check this here, to make sure this isn't moving. I look all over to make sure nothing's leaking, and everything's the way it should be. Everything looks good to me. This is the rotor system that lifts the helicopter and sends it flying through the skies. It has 4 main rotor blades that act like a big fan as they spin through the air and create the lift that sends the helicopter flying. Every day before we go flying, I have to give it a close look to make sure everything is just right and in tip-top shape. First, I'll look down the blades, make sure they're all clean and safe, and then I'll come down here and look at all these parts and pieces. Down here, I look at these vertical rods, make sure that they're all secure and nothing's leaking. I don't see any grease anywhere. There's no oil down below. I think we're all good. Let's go. All right, everyone. Here we are in the cockpit. The pilot sits in the right seat. I have 3 controls that help me control the helicopter and make it go where I need it. First, we have the cyclic. It's controlled here in my right hand. I use it to control the helicopter the direction I need it to go. I can push forward, backward, sideways, left or right. Next, I have in my left hand the collective. The collective is a control that makes the helicopter go higher or lower. If I need to go higher, all I do is lift up. If I need to go lower, I just push it down a little bit. Next, I have the pedals. The pedals I use to control the direction I want the nose of the helicopter to go. If I want to go left, I push a little left. If I want to go right, I push a little right. Here I have my pilot display. On the left side, I have my airspeed indicator, and on my right, I have my altimeter that tells me how high I am. Down here, I have a compass. It shows me the direction I need to fly. Here on the left, I have my engine display. Over here, this big needle tells me how much power I have. This little needle tells me how fast the rotor is spinning. Up here, I have my engine instruments that tell me all my oil pressures. And finally, down here, I have my fuel, the most important gauge on the helicopter. Down here, I have my radios. This is what I use to communicate to air traffic control and the guys on the ground. If I need to tell a lineman where the problem is, I can use this radio. Or if I need to call my dispatch, I can pick up my cell phone and call them with that as well. Thank you for riding along with me on today's flight. I hope it interests you in exploring a career in aviation.